This game, enormous implications for what could happen in the playoffs. Let's start with Cleveland. You'd have to say they're still the favorite to come out of the East, but for this to happen, their defense has to get better because it's not been up to championship par during the course of this season.
You're right 100%, Mike, but also their road record in back-to-back games, 1-9. Then when you talk about defense, it's 5 guys on a string. The key, you must take care of your defensive board first. Second chance points, they're 26th in the league, 13-8. And then if you want extra shots, you have to work hard with the steals, forced turnovers, and blocks. You can see 30, 28, and 26. That says it all, Mike, and you can question their overall work ethic when you're dealing night and night, especially on the road.
Now they have won 3 in a row, playing a little bit better, but now they're facing the Celtics tonight and Isaiah Thomas, who has had truly one of the most extraordinary seasons in Celtic history, and it's a lot to say that.
Well, to me, he's still up in this MVP race. This is just me. You can see right now he's third in scoring, 29 points a game, shooting an excellent percentage. Then in the fourth quarter, he's number 1 in the league. When you think about that a second, under pressure, what this young guy is doing in the fourth quarter. Then 52 straight games, he hits the 3-ball, and then he is also a high percentage 3-point shooter.
And he's had big games against the Cavaliers this year, as the Cavs have won 2 of the first 3. Meanwhile, another guy's had some big games. LeBron James has had some of his most memorable performances here in Boston. Celtics and Cavs coming up next.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm, here to help life go right.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Go! Sends it. Love is in the air.
Still fire. Big Ray. You bet.
So clear. Look out. Absolutely crushed it.
Hey, go win the game.
The king of the fourth is living up to his reputation here.
There'll be a lot of people remembering this kid forever. And the tomahawk hammer. Whoa!
They'll go to Boston, all tied up for first place.
So it's against the world. We know that that crowd's going to be on top of us.
Celtics trying to get the best record in the East. We want to be first. Why not?
It's the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics as we welcome you to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Here at the TD Garden, a sellout crowd. It's all part of the United States Marine Corps playoff push. 1 week to go in the NBA's regular season, and these 2 teams ready to go. Let's look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Exxon and Mobil. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Irving and J.R. Smith in the backcourt, Kevin Love and LeBron James with Channing Frye at center. Tristan Thompson will miss his first game in over 5 years for Cleveland. Meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics, they're healthy again. Avery Bradley returns after missing Sunday. Amir Johnson and Al Horford also up front. And for the first time tonight, let's welcome in Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, you said it. The Cavs, Tristan Thompson had played in 447 consecutive games, but he is out of the lineup tonight because of a right thumb sprain. It happened in the game last night against the Magic. He continued to play in that game, had x-rays after. The x-rays were negative. Still, the Cavs say that he'll miss tonight and Friday as well in the game against the Hawks. He did not make the trip here to Boston, and I'm told that Tristan is very disappointed to see his Ironman streak come to an end. He wanted to try to play through this injury. He really just took a lot of pride in being durable and on the floor every night. But again, that 447 game streak is over. Mike?
Thank you, Lisa. How much of a blow is that?
Oh, this is major. Not just because he's their leading rebounder at 9 a game, and then also their only major shot blocker, because defensively he has to cover once you get inside of the perimeter off the dribble. He is so quick a foot that he can cover and still get back to his man.
Meanwhile, for the Cavs, they did win last night, beating Orlando. Had a good game, scored 122 points, knocked down 18 threes. It was their 3rd straight win. Meanwhile, the Celtics, as you see there, they haven't played since Sunday afternoon in New York, so they're well rested. But it'll be interesting to see Cleveland tonight, second game of the back-to-back on the road where they've been very mediocre, UB.
Well, that's where we said they were 1-9 on the road. And also, they are 19-19 on the road. That's 5 less wins than a year ago. Now, that's major, especially when you're going for the #1 record.
And the Celtics here at home have been just magnificent. 22-4 in their last 26 home games. And they get the opening tip. This crowd is so fired up. A sellout crowd, as expected. Crowder, who was questionable with an elbow in the game. Avery Bradley's first shot won't go, and Al Horford, the rebound, stripped and stolen by J.R. Smith.
Well, we know that the Celtics can score the ball at 107 a game. But right here, Cleveland, one of the best at 110 a game. And also remember that they attempt 33 threes and make 13.
Fight on the rebound. Kevin Love comes up with the offensive boards and a new 24. Tristan Thompson, normally one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game. Channing Frye posting up Crowder, reach in and a foul, and we'll have our first free throws.
Now tonight, Frye, we all know that Frye's one of the premier big man three-point shooters ever since he came in the league. Shoots an outstanding percentage year in and year out. But tonight, on these switches, on the pick and roll, he's got to roll and take the small man down into the post, in the paint, and score or get fouled. This is important tonight.
Frye getting his 11th start of the season, but they are lacking a little depth up front right now. As Frye gets the first points, this is Frye's second year. He was acquired last February. And an excellent pickup. And that's one of the things the Cavaliers this year, UB, they've had a lot of players in season acquired who are part of the rotation. That takes a little time to get acclimated.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Plus, people forget that Bogut only played a minute here. And that's what they were looking for at the center position backup. And then also Birdman Anderson was here, and he is also out for the rest of the season.
That three-pointer won't go. They had him falling down last night. As we said, they had 18 threes. Bradley corner three, that's short. Bradley's been sick recently. Gastroenteritis, and he lost some weight. He's regained it as Irving scoots inside and backs it home.
Well, I like the timeout. You got to quickly end all of this, mainly because you're upset. They're getting the outside look at the basket. They got to close them down quicker. But then also in the lane, you cannot get this guy. You have to be able to make him pull up and take the jump shot.
Else in that locker room, I care about it. Like that would be another thing to check off the list, to be a #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I've never been even close to that. So I think it's just important that we control our own destiny and go out there and give it our best, and then we'll let the cards fall where they may. For the Cavs, I mean, they've been in situations before, so I don't think it's that important to them because they've won a championship and they've been in those tight situations. But for us, it'll be a goal of ours that we reached.
So many players like to downplay the importance of games. Not Isaiah Thomas.
No, well,
he was so pumped for tonight.
Now, come on, let's face it. Anybody who says that they really don't care where they're pulling your leg. It's cool. It's a cool move and a cool statement.
Crowder knocks down the three. Crowder bothered by that right elbow, but in the starting lineup, and he's been shooting a career high from downtown all season.
Now remember, Cleveland makes 13 threes a game, and Boston is right there at 12.
James hearing the boos every time he touches early. One of the ultimate signs of respect. Channing Frye too strong. Fight for the rebound. Bradley can't save it. And the Cavs get a new 24.
Now every time that Thomas is on J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith's got to be smart here now. He's 6'6", a 5'9" guy's playing him. When he makes his cuts, cut hard, and then try to post them up in the paint or get close to the rim.
James gets underneath Crowder right with him. Crowder, an excellent physical defender. James one-on-one, steps back, falling away, can't get it to fall. Kevin Love tips it and grabs it. Another offensive rebound.
Pass. What a nice pass by Love.
Bradley right up into Irving, pokes it away. That's going to be a fun matchup. You have one of the best offensive players in the game in Irving against maybe the best defensive guard in the league.
Well, when you think about Bradley, last year, first team, all defense.
Patrick Beverly, another one. Tony Allen, some of the others, but he is right up there at the top. Kevin Love. Shot misses and Bradley the rebound.
What you like early on, Boston is at least keeping them out on the perimeter when they isolate and go one-on-one.
By the way, Bradley is also their second leading scorer. They've had this
nice
he cuts to the basket, gets inside, and is fouled, so Bradley will shoot.
See, that was a beautiful cut. Eye contact, defense on you on the right side. Go cut right down the middle. Watch what happens here. The defensive man, J.R. Smith, gets caught backing up, and Bradley just shoots the gap. Then naturally we say, you brought out great points about this guy. Most of the year, he was the #1 rebounder on the team. Now he has slipped to #2, but you have to give him his credit because he plays the best offensive perimeter guy night in and night out.
And his offense has become very important with teams scheming to stop Isaiah Thomas, and he has responded. He's missed 27 games. Again, you look at the Celtics, they're 15-27. Their best defenders missed 27. Right. Horford's missed 14, yet here they are with a chance to have the best record in the East.
They've done a great job here, coaching staff and the players.
James to the basket and banks it home.
Yeah, he definitely got fouled on that. But what you have to do is you have to try to foul him where he cannot take you strong to the basket.
Horford against Love. There's some real interesting individual matchups with these two teams go at each other. Horford flips it up, that won't go. Ball batted around, and Bradley gets the offensive glass.
And Horford backs you down. That's what he's looking for on the right side, the baby hook.
Crawford in and out. Channing Frye the rebound.
This is a game where you have to do the little things. You must take care of the defensive board, cut down the opposition's second chance points.
Foul on the entry pass. Bradley with the hold. So the Cavs will take it out of bounds. You know, both teams are excellent offensive teams, but we've seen the main reason for their success, and you've talked about this especially last year in the finals, was if they defend at that high level.
Well, that's true. When you talk about last year in the first 3 rounds, Cleveland only gave up 90, 95, and like 94, something like that. And you just think of what they did in games 5, 6, and 7 with the offensive machine of Golden State. Well, we have not seen that at all this year.
Horford pass inside, deflected out of bounds by Frye. 15 to shoot. Both teams off the mark to start. Celtics 1 for 5, and the Cavaliers 2 for 10.
Well, the energy is definitely here at the beginning. Both teams are trying to set a tempo.
Oh, blocked from behind from J.R. Smith. Channing Frye steps into a three-pointer. That's good.
That's his game. That's his game right there. Once again, he's shooting over 40% this season. He's ranked 14th in the league, but for him, 40% is normal.
And the backdoor Bradley goes. This time, J.R. Smith with the hold. Not on this play. What a nice defensive play.
A great play by J.R. Smith, but once again, he's behind him. So right now, you know that they have gone down the middle 3 times. Now here's Frye. As the trailer, you've got to get to him quick and force him to dribble the basketball.
Horford can't connect.
Well, that's his favorite spot right there. We know that he's become an excellent three-point shooter, but you have to pick him up as a trail guy.
Kyrie Irving gets inside. Back out Kevin Love. Love lines it up. Off the mark, and Frye tips it back out. Cavs doing some excellent work on the offensive glass in the opening minutes. Bradley goes for the steal. Ball knocked out of bounds. Celtic ball.
See, most players, when James threw the ball out to repost, most players would have gotten picked by James. Instead, Bradley shot the gap.
Thomas way downtown. Cavs look to take advantage. Frye and Irving play catch. There's that transition 3. James, another offensive rebound for Cleveland. Irving cuts to the basket and gets hammered. And he'll shoot some free throws.
You're saying, whoa, there's a lot of threes early on. Well, let's face it, both of these teams attempt 33 threes a game. That's why I told you early, the major part of the arsenal with Cleveland are the 13 makes every night. 15 times this year, okay, just think about it. They have made the 3-ball, you know, it's kind of interesting that they've made 15 of them 24 times. That's a staggering stat.
Incredible numbers. 2/3 of the league are going to set a franchise record for threes made and attempted. I mean, everybody's getting up into the act. Meanwhile, the misses aren't hurting them. Cavaliers with 6 offensive rebounds already, Udy.
Well, you like the energy level. also mainly because it's not, say, Fry getting the rebounds. It's the other people who are being sent down there on switches, etc., who are rebounding for you. Now, can they keep it up for 48 minutes?
Thomas kicked. So they'll reset the shot clock to 14. You see the attention paid to Isaiah Thomas. That's what makes what he's done this year all that more remarkable.
Well, that's why early on you're seeing 3 people getting into the paint on backdoor screen, mainly because the cuts are there because everyone's paying attention.
And knocks down his first field goal. Thomas is shooting 38% from downtown, 3rd in the league in scoring behind Westbrook and Harden.
The big fact about his game, you have to honor him there because he attempts 8 threes a game.
James to Fry, corner 3. Kevin Love misses from point-blank range.
Yeah, he's upset with himself. That was an easy play.
Horford kicks it out. Corner 3 for Crowder. And Bradley an offensive rebound. Thomas, the floater in the paint is good.
He has that down pat now. At his size, 5'9", he'll continually challenge all of the big people. Just remember now, he's attempted 609 foul shots up until this time. That is a staggering number.
Love, tough fall-away shot is good. Love had 2 good games against the Celtics this year. He's averaged 28 in the 2 meetings, missed 1 of them. Pass goes inside to Amir Johnson.
Nice work.
Horford. Johnson struggled with it at first. Banker gets it to go.
No, he was lucky he saved that. That was a nice play by Horford. And Horford looking for Jameer Johnson. But he's got to move better without the ball and have his arms up looking for the pass.
Love had 28 points last night in that victory against Orlando. Back healthy after missing a bunch of games with a knee surgery. And banks that one home.
The fact that it's underappreciated with this guy, Love, he's 9th in the league in rebounds, okay? And you have to remember, only 12 guys in this league average double figures in rebounding.
Meanwhile, an impressive block from Kyrie Irving, rejects it out. Still Celtic ball. Marcus Smart will check in for the first time. Iman Shumpert. We expect to see some small lineups from the Cleveland Cavs tonight.
Absolutely. The big thing here in the early going, Cleveland, you're coaching, you're happy with the people away from the ball that are rotating and making these blocks on the glass or then also for the ball to go out of bounds.
Thomas again. Not that time. Love with his 7th rebound already. One of the strengths of the Celtics is their depth. Smart a part of that. Superb defender as well. Irving. Irving gets past, flips it back up to Kevin Love. Bradley stays right with him, contests the shot off the mark. That's just great defense.
Outstanding, because he made the deflection and he forced them to regroup on that shot.
Pass inside to Crowder. Crowder out to Smart. He'll try a 3. He has struggled from 3-point all season, although he hit a bunch the other day in New York. James, coast-to-coast finishes.
See, this is a night where you've got to get back defensively. The transition game, both of these teams are excellent in getting the ball up the floor quickly and watch out for the trailers.
Well, of course, both coaches before the game, as we have a foul away from the ball. We're going to go against Crowder? Yes. Crowder called for the push. That's his 2nd. But both coaches, you'd be telling us before the game, what's the most important thing? Transition defense.
Transition defense. Well, we all know you can't average 110 like Cleveland or 107. Keep an eye underneath. You're going to see this is just LeBron James exploding in the open floor. And we all know from basket to basket, there are very few guys in this league dribbling the ball who are quicker.
Jaylen Brown has come on, the rookie for the Celtics. Irving spots up. And the ball goes out of bounds. The shooting has been horrific to start. Defense is certainly a part of that, but now Cleveland is 6 for 20, including 1 for 9 from downtown.
I just think that in the early going, Cleveland unnecessarily is taking too many long shots. They don't have to because they can get a higher percentage shot in the paint or in post-ups.
Thomas finds Brown. Brown shot misses. 8th rebound of the first quarter for Kevin Love.
When people are playing aggressive defense and they're in your shirt and they're coming up and they're closing you down, you've got to understand the inside game has got to happen or you're going to be taking very difficult, low percentage, deep shots.
Love falling away. Shot won't go. Horford played him well. Brown the rebound. There is good defensive intensity to start this game as expected.
Absolutely.
Thomas inside. Blocking foul. Count it. Kevin Love tried to draw the charge, and Thomas got the whistle. He'll shoot a free throw. And a timeout on the floor.
The positioning will be questionable by the bench, no doubt about it, from Cleveland. Keep an eye now down inside. You see, well, we can't tell whether or not he was inside or outside of the defensive circle.
There's a fairly popular fella here in New England, Robert Kraft, sitting courtside with one of the new Patriots. Stephon Gilmore just got a large ovation. Meanwhile, that last play, Yubi, Kevin Love did a good job, but you watch that left heel. It appears from that angle that it's still above, even though your heel is lifted, it's in the restricted area.
Well, I like the fact that Love made the rotation to get in that position and look for the charge. But once again, Isaiah Thomas, you can't say enough about this guy. He is second in the league in free throw percentage at 9.11. Curry is at 9.12. He has taken 265 more foul shot attempts than Curry. That is staggering, okay, when you think about it. And he's still shooting 90.
Irving with the left hand flips it up and in. Yubi, in NBA history, players who've taken over 600 free throws in a single season, only Reggie Miller had a higher percentage than what Thomas is doing this year.
Well, I'm just amazed at the fact that he could take the physical punishment and still do what he is doing point-wise by being third in the league and then also shooting the high percentage.
Horford knocks it down. By the way, that free throw statistic courtesy of the Elias Sports Bureau is Horford gets his first field goal.
Well, at the timeout, both teams are shooting right below 30%, so you know that will pick up as the game goes. But Celtics are 1 for 9 in the 3-ball, and now Cleveland is 2 for 8, so we know we're getting bad 3-point percentage shooting.
Thomas gets inside, uses the right hand, and a whistle and a foul.
See, that to me is his biggest asset. The changing of speeds to get into the paint, and then his ability to evade the big rotators and then get off a high percentage shot. He plays the glass well.
And he is really learning on how to draw that contact. It's amazing at his size again, at 5'9", his ability to get off shots down there with all the crowd around him. And he does have he's one of the leaders in the NBA, as you would expect, in getting his shot blocked. But that doesn't deter him at all.
No, that's okay, mainly because the shooting percentages are so high from the field and the three.
Darren Williams has come on. Williams finds Richard Jefferson. Jefferson kicks it out in the corner to Shumpert. His three-pointer. That misses. The shooting woes from downtown continue for the Cavaliers.
Well, give the Celtics a ton of credit on the initial offensive play of Cleveland. They're sending the player in the area they want. Then they're rotating on that first pass. And the dribbler cannot get open when he makes his penetration.
Well, you've talked about this, UB. As much as knocking down threes is a vital part of success in the NBA, defending the three is equally as important, and the Celtics do it as well as anybody. They're second in the league behind Golden State.
Well, they're showing us today that you are not getting clean looks here early on. But like I say, when you expend as much energy as we're seeing right now, both teams, can they continue it for the 48 minutes, covering that type of play?
Kyle Korver's come into the game. Thomas throws it away. Kelly Olynyk thought he was held. Instead of turnover, that's the fourth turnover for Boston.
Yeah, he's very upset. He's talking to the referee right now down on the opposite baseline.
Darren Williams playing in his 20th game with the Cavaliers. What a terrific pickup as Olynyk called for a foul, shoving Kevin Love. 14th foul against Boston, first on Olynyk.
You know, when you look at the big three, meaning James, Love, and then Irving, they score an average of 70 points every single night. And that's not bad to start with. You know that it's in cement.
Love. That one falls off the mark. Thomas gets inside and an easy two off the glass. That quick explosion.
See, once again, he shifted gears. He shifted gears, Mike, as soon as he got over half court. And once he gets to that three-point line, at that angle, an alley opened up for him.
Celtics first lead after trailing by 7. Thomas 12 points already. Williams to Shumpert. Shumpert barrels in. Offensive foul is Smart. One of the best in the NBA at drawing charges, gets his first tonight.
Now look, these two teams have played 3 times. Now you're going to see right here, this is just a great move. Good defensive play. He was right on the money. Now, here it comes again. See, once Smart is right there with Bradley in covering and will take the charge every single time.
He is a mean, tough, nasty defender.
He is.
Isaiah Thomas can't hit the 3. Darren Williams the rebound.
I just want to say that in 3 games so far against Cleveland, Thomas has scored 30, 31, and 31. I think that's not bad. Shooting a high percent. Shooting 50%, by the way.
And he's been to the free throw line about 35 times in those games. Shumpert kicks it out to Love. Darren Williams tries a three-pointer. Shumpert the offensive rebound, and they'll reset.
They're the second chance opportunities. We all know that the weakness of the Boston Celtics is the fact that they can't and they do not do a good job taking care of the boards. And we showed to you in the stand-up by Cleveland that they're giving up close to 14 points a game on second chance opportunities.
First quarter comes to an end. Celtics trail by as many as 7, but Isaiah Thomas went off. He's got 12 points here in the opening period. Boston by 1.
Welcome back to Boston, where the visiting Cavs are down by 1. Ty, coming into the game, you said the emphasis was going to have to be on rebounding. How do you think you did in that first quarter?
We did okay. I thought they got some loose balls that they got to that we didn't get to. But overall defensively, I think we're doing a good job.
Now shooting 26% from the floor, 1 for 11 from 3. What do you think about your shot selection so far?
We have a good shot selection. Just not making them right now, but if we continue to play defense the way we're playing defense, we'll be okay.
All right, thank you for your time. Mike?
Thank you, Lisa. James misses. How do you shoot 27% in the first quarter and you're only down by 1?
No, that's exactly right. Mainly because you're the second percentage leading on the three-point percentage at 39%. So don't worry about it, as long as you think you're getting good looks. But I still maintain if you do more cutting to the basket without the ball and posting up, you can really hurt the Celtics down inside.
Good ball movement here. Smart, the extra pass to Brown. And a rookie misfires there. Darren Williams the rebound. Celtics not that much better. They're 2 for 10 from three-point range. James gets inside for an easy dunk. Yeah, miscommunication
yes,
there.
Well, that can't happen, mainly because he just ran right by Olenek. And you can see Stevens is looking, how can that happen? And he's absolutely right. Because all 5 guys should have been zeroed into that. And just watch this now. Just watch LeBron. Here we come. Whoa! But more important, where's the rotation from the opposite side of the lane?
The Celtics trail by 3 right now. It hasn't been the prettiest game, but boy, they are getting after it defensively.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but that's why the cutters are open, mainly because they just caught Olenek looking to double team the back down dribbler, and instead his man cuts down the middle of the floor. Well, then you need baseline rotation.
Terry Rozier has come on for the Celtics. Bradley's back. Smart tries another 3. That won't go. Olenek trying to battle, but Shumpert grabs the rebound.
See, I think that Smart has got to look at the clock a little bit. There's plenty of time on the clock. You're a 28, 29% three-point shooter. Let's get into the offense.
James fakes. Shot clock at 8. Corner pass to Williams. 24 winding down. Shumpert's going to have to put it up, down to 2. Fires away and hits.
Well, he's had a good year shooting the ball. I think this is one of his better years, especially in the three-point shooting. He's shooting it at 37%. That's like high for him.
Nice entry pass to Olenek and goes reverse for an easy 2.
Okay, he's a big dude, man.
Can score in different ways, down low, can hit the 3. Again, the Boston bench. Nice step for Brad Stevens. Rifle pass, Jefferson wide open, and we've seen a couple of plays like this where the Celtics, there's nobody near one of the Cavs down low.
Well, they're all trying to help out on the dribblers that are 15 to 18 feet away from the basket. When that happens and guys move without the basketball, they're going to be open.
Cleveland back up by 6. Got to rebound their touch. 5 to shoot for Boston. Rozier way off. Williams inside James, posting up Smart. Leans in and scores.
Look, I don't care how tough you are. You can't play behind LeBron James in the low box. Because once the ball goes down in there, he's so big and so strong, he's going to take you to the rim, either to the right or to the left, and you know you are not going to get a call, or you're going to get a call.
Olynyk knocked out of his hands. Here comes James. Celtics to get back. James doesn't care.
There it is right there.
Again, bullies his way in and banks it home.
That's exactly what we're talking about. As soon as he saw, he gave a slow dribble to set it up so that he would get the mismatch if he reversed. And he got it. He just overpowered the man.
Cavs have outscored the Celtics 13-2 to start here in the second period as Bradley nails the jumper. Well, his offensive game has really developed.
Well, I really like the fact that the three-point shooting, Mike, is off the charts for him now.
Williams gets inside, can't finish, rebound, batted around. James right there for the follow.
That is their 9th offensive rebound in this game.
Without their best offensive rebounder playing.
Correct. Mainly because LeBron, the front court guys, the wing guys were working earlier. Now LeBron is taking over this game here in the last couple of minutes.
Overall, board play plus 11 for Cleveland. Rozier stripped. Darren Williams comes up. Good help defense as well. Williams finds Shumpert.
Nice cut.
Korver for 3. That's good. Kyle Korver from downtown. It's a 13-point game. Timeout Boston.
I always say, you better make that shot. You've got to make that shot because LeBron had a big
TV schedule and final week of the regular season. Every single one of these games, UB, have playoff implications. Yes. And you see Atlanta's going to have a lot to say on who gets the top spot in the East because they play Cleveland twice and play Boston once.
Yes. And right now, Atlanta has to start winning some games if they want to have a decent position.
Boy, they've been a funny team. They've had stretches where they look so good.
Well, then they had a lot of injuries to their perimeter people, and then when Millsap went down, that was a major blow for them. But he's back.
Green has come on now for the Celtics. Horford gets it inside, whips it out to Crowder. Crowder all alone for 3. Can't get it to fall.
Now they can't hit the corner threes, which is, their high percentage shots.
James tries and finishes once again.
You got to love it. The change of pace of Thomas and LeBron James has just been beautiful to watch.
James rejects it out of bounds to help defense. And slapping some of the fans, which the Celtic faithful not very happy about.
Well, just keep an eye right here. This is just a change of direction. Well, we're late coming from that left rotation. And right here, I am running everything down.
Bradley comes off the screen, in and out. Channing Frye the rebound. Boy, this has been a dominant second quarter for the Cavaliers.
Let's go back over the last 5 minutes for the Celtics. Where's the offense? Where's all that cutting without the ball, getting into the paint? Everything is perimeter, and it's long.
James has taken control. 12 points already in the period, and we haven't even played 6 minutes. He's got 16 for the game. Green can't hit. Yeah, the Celtics shooting now down to 30% from the field, 2 of 14 from 3. Darren Williams.
And any miss. Transition offense for Boston is not getting them anything because of the quick shots. The quick shots have not been high percent. Now that was a high percentage shot.
Well, since Isaiah Thomas went to the bench, Celtics having real trouble scoring. And a timeout called by Tyronn Lue. LeBron James doing a little bit of everything, even socializing with the fans here in Boston, UB. What a second quarter at both ends of the floor. Get a little bold after you do that, venturing into some friendly faces. The court brought to you by Burger King. This is an easy choice with this second quarter, UB.
Well, he's been absolutely outstanding. In this quarter, you have to realize how many points and how he's dominated And it's interesting because they've had 6 assists in this quarter, only 1 in the first quarter, but they're dribbling in and taking one-on-one and getting into the paint. All LeBron James made it look easy. And I'm kind of disappointed in the baseline rotations are not there tonight for the Celtics, and they've got to pick it up at the other end with a little confidence with more than just long jump shots.
Brian misses. James, by the way, back-to-back triple-doubles. Had 41-point triple-double Sunday in that double overtime win against Indiana. Had another triple-double last night in the victory against Orlando. Had a career-high 12 triple-doubles. Of course, that pales in comparison to those other 2 guys who are just piling them up as Horford is fouled. And James has come out here with a vengeance in that second quarter.
Well, he kind of was feeling everything out in the first quarter with the 4, going 2 for 4, not looking. But now, as soon as Thomas went to the bench, then LeBron James took over this quarter and then made everything happen off the dribble.
The last foul on Channing Frye. Al Horford, 2 points, 3 rebounds. What a superb addition Horford has been. And if you ask people around the Celtics why this team has been so good in close games, 5 points or less, and they've really excelled this year. And last year they lost a bunch in 5 points or less. But this year it's turned it around. They'll say that Horford's poise and his all-around play down the stretch of games has been critical.
Mike, he's a great passer. He's the leading center in assists with 5 a game. And he's also in the top 20 when you talk about assists to turnover.
Irving against Crowder. Deflected by Green. Irving able to get it back. Shot clock at 3. Throws it in, and Darren Williams can't finish. And then a foul on Irving. Boy, a golden opportunity off a broken play, but Williams couldn't get it to go home. And the Celtics will take it out.
Excellent pass to Darren Williams. He's embarrassed that he missed the shot. But I give Irving a lot of credit. He was smashing. He was coming from a long distance to get that offensive rebound, but instead, naturally, he collided with Horford.
Second foul on Kyrie Irving. Shumpert will come in for Darren Williams. Isaiah Thomas returns for Boston, and Kevin Love is also back in the game for Cleveland. 5 minutes remaining here in what has been a rough second quarter. The crowd has gone quiet here at the TD Garden. Thomas sets, fires, and misses. The Celtics are 5 for 25 in all shots besides Isaiah Thomas. He's 5 for 10. Irving misfires. Kevin Love on an awkward bounce, and Bradley called for a reach-in. That's going to be the second foul on Bradley. Well, calling all youth basketball parents and coaches, the Junior NBA has released a new free instructional curriculum designed to teach the game in a fun and effective way. Learn from NBA and WNBA players and coaches. Explore today at juniornba.com.
Right now, Cleveland, they're bringing LeBron right back. That was a quick rest period.
Well, he's played, obviously, a lot of minutes. Second in the NBA minutes per game. And the other night in that double overtime, he played 52 minutes, played 37 last night as J.R. Smith misses. James on Thomas. Crowder gets past Shumpert, and a reach-in foul on Shumpert. It's going to be the third team foul on Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland has missed a lot of shots in the first quarter and a lot of these threes. Boston Celtics getting the rebound and not scoring on the break. They're not pushing. You say, what's the problem? Well, Cleveland getting back. Their transition defense has been excellent, matching up once we got out of that first quarter.
Horford spins, finishes, and fouled.
Nice move. Nice move by Horford, mainly because Love was right on him, and he came up underneath so that the shot could not be blocked. Just watch how the rim takes Love right out of the play.
So Kevin Love picks up his second foul. Horford now with 6 points. If you're Tyronn Lue and you've been displeased with their defense all year, you look here, your team is shooting 39% on the road, yet you're up by 12. He's got to feel very good about that, the way they're defending.
Yeah, but like we say, Mike, the big picture is they've had guys out. We all know that. JR and Love have missed a ton of games. And then we've had a lot of new people join this team, and he continues to try to work everybody in. But right now, a lot of people have either 4 or 5 games left. There we go.
Crowder throws it down on excellent ball movement. 7 straight points by the Celtics. They cut ESPN.com/magic to enter for your chance to win a vacation from ESPN to the Walt Disney World Resort. LeBron James and the Cavs have led by as many as 17, but Celtics on the comeback trail. Right now with 3:49 remaining, Boston's got the crowd back into it a little bit.
Well, the Cavaliers play in spurts. There's no doubt about it. They allow you to back in. Now remember, in the first 2 games these 2 teams played, Boston scored 122, and then they scored 118, but they lost both games.
There you see Tyronn Lue. He's got to be looking around saying, where's Tristan Thompson? Where is he? It's been 5.5 years or over 5 years since the guy hasn't played.
Yeah, and a major part of what they do. But tonight, look at this.
Backdoor, gorgeous pass from James.
See, this is the disappointing thing tonight if you're looking in and you know that the Celtics are a good defensive team. One move, one screen down below the foul line opens people up, and they can get to the rim without any green shirt even in the picture.
Thomas with Shumpert in pursuit. Thomas gets inside. Shot blocked by James. Love with the save to Irving.
Oh, nice.
Ahead to Smith. J.R. Smith up and down.
2 great passes. The pass going out of bounds, and then also the look. The look here to send J.R. going strong by Irving.
Second block of the game for LeBron James. Love bumps Thomas, gets it inside the Horford. Beautiful feed from Isaiah Thomas.
Well, that's what we saw in the first quarter. Any pick and roll in the middle of the floor, the roll guy's been open, mainly because they're paying so much attention. 2 guys are always going to be on Thomas. So get back to where you have to put all of your thoughts and everything about getting into the lane area.
Smith misfires. Smith 0 for 4 from downtown. Horford finds Crowder.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Horford, a good 3-point shooter, knocks that one down. Just the 3rd 3 for the Celtics, and they're back within 9.
See, how did that open? That opened up on the handoff, and I go right down the middle of the floor. By going down the middle of the floor, you took 2 defenders with you, open up the top of the circle. That's Horford's best area, and where he shoots high percentage threes.
Love against Crowder. Love inside, draws the foul. And you love how aggressive Love is looking for his offense.
I like what they're doing. They're going to him early, and anytime he gets you on his back, he's got good moves. And this is just a great pass, movement without the ball.
Horford, 10 of his 12 points have come here in the second. Still the Cavs by 9. Clippers still trying to get to that 4th spot. They'll host the Dallas Mavericks. That's coming up later on tonight on ESPN. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the second. Kevin Love, 6 points, 11 rebounds here in the first. You can see obviously a low-scoring first half for Boston, shooting just 35% from the field.
Yeah, I think when you look at the Cleveland, Mike, J.R. Smith and Irving are 3 for 13. So we know that their game has got to pick up as we move along. But at the other end, at the Boston section, Horford and Thomas are playing extremely well. But then 6 players came in off the bench off of Boston, and they were 1 for 12. They did not get any input with that second unit.
Smart, Horford, Crowder, Bradley. Out there is Horford, looks, and Isaiah Thomas. Good ball denial from Shumpert there. Crowder tries a 3. They're now 3 for 17 from long distance.
Yeah, they're 3 for 17 in Cleveland, the number 2 3-point shooting team in the league, 3 for 18.
Irving drives on Bradley, gets past, banker's good. Oh, what a gorgeous move from Kyrie Irving.
And how he plays the board from that angle, that's practice. That's tons of hours of practice because it's such a tough angle.
And Irving with the steal down the other end, saves it to Love.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, Love to Smith. Threw it behind Shumpert. Shumpert got away with a travel.
He definitely did.
Irving on Smart. Under a minute to go here in the second. Irving gets inside, flips it up and in, and the lead is back to 15.
Once they get into that one-on-one from 18 feet in, Irving and LeBron are starting to get nothing but great shots.
That one goes. Isaiah Thomas now with 14.
We need to get going now. That's his first score of this quarter.
Shumpert kicks it out, Kevin Love. J.R. Smith has a good look and connects. Smith with his first three-pointer, and it's back to 54-38.
Well, it's taken him a while to get in playing shape when you consider the fact that he missed 41 games. And once he got going, they're looking for him to get better and better game by game.
Thomas on the drive, scoop layup, shot's good, and one. Once again finds the angle to get the shot off and a chance for a three-point play.
Now this is just a pretty move right there. You got the man on your back, you take him strong, and the fact that he can accelerate once he gets that is just tons of practice hours by him, and he's so confident.
3 fouls on Shumpert. We've got the Toyota halftime. Of course, Russell Westbrook chasing history, tied with Oscar Robertson for most triple-doubles in a single season. Michelle, Jalen, and Chauncey will have all what's going on in the NBA. Final week of the regular season. Playoffs begin a week from Saturday. Thomas, 17 points. But the Celtics down by 13.
Well, the Korver substitution right now for Shumpert, they put him in that corner because we know that they'll run either a pick and roll or a one-on-one, try to get in the paint and converge the defense.
James drives on Brown, gets inside, powers, finishes, and is fouled. LeBron James just putting on a show here in the second quarter. Now 18 for the game, 14 here in the period.
Just watch how he just overpowers you right now. Now he comes right back with the right hand up over the top. He's made it look very easy once he gets down close and on the elevation.
Not so easy for Jaylen Brown, who took an elbow right to the chin. James now with a free throw. With a second to go, Olynyk will come in. Brown picking up his first foul. His first free throw of the night. Celtics look to inbound. Smart fires it, and Olynyk. Will they call a foul on James?
Yeah, right.
Or Olynyk? Wow. They call a foul on James, and that's going to result in free throws during the penalty.
They got him. That's amazing.
It's I don't know if I've ever seen that. With a second to go, two guys just trying to get position. Did he move his leg?
Mainly because the pass was up over the top of both of them. Well, it had to happen early.
Olynyk misses.
Because Olynyk definitely created space immediately because he knew the pass was over both of their heads.
James not arguing that heavily on the call. That's his first foul. Oh, he's grabbing his shorts.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
didn't see that initially. Grabbed the shorts. That's a good call.
Yes, it was. Right.
I mean, it's a silly foul by James to do that in a situation like that, but Nick Buchert, that's him right there, made the call. Clearly grabbed him by the shorts. Olynyk hits the second. And Smart deflects it, and that will end the first half. LeBron James 19 points, 15 in the second quarter, as the Cavaliers score 38 in the second period after only 19 in the first. So 2 quarters complete, halftime, the showdown between the two best teams in the East. Right now, Cleveland up 57-42. Sorry, at a halftime coming up after these messages.
The NBA on ESPN.
Or go to sportsnation.com and vote our game first quarter, LeBron James. Just LeBron James.
Boy, LeBron James really came to play tonight. really motivated. He's attacking the basket, not settling for too many jump shots.
He's not playing with these boys in the first half. 19 points, 7 boards, 2 big blocks. Kevin Love been on the boards, grabbed 11 so far.
How would you describe this first half?
The Cavs are doing a great job of controlling tempo. They're plus 14 on the rebounds. They've only turned the basketball over twice, not allowing the Celtics to get out in transition. I actually anticipate this is going to be a closer game than it seems so far.
It will be a closer game. They're in a tough building. The thing that I see most out of the Cavs right now, they're making the second and third effort on the defensive end. Missing Tristan, who's a big part of their rebounding, which they've gained rebound, and also defensively, they really missed Tristan on those pick and rolls with Isaiah in particular. But they're making second and third effort plays defensively, and it's evident in the score.
And this is what we're going to see from many teams, that Isaiah Thomas can get his for the Celtics, but who else is going to step up to the plate? Al Horford was a double-figure scorer. Avery Bradley was only 1 for 5 from the floor. Jay Crowder 2 for 6. Jaylen Brown 0 for 3. Marcus Smart 0 for 4. The Celtics only have 3 points off of their bench, so they're going to need a lot more players to be productive to help Isaiah, who was terrific in the first half with 17 points.
Is it hard for them to not get complacent when they just count on the little guy in the fourth quarter the way they can?
That's the gift and the curse of having a great player on your team, but it's the charge of everybody else to actually be contributors. And so Isaiah Thomas is going to garner a lot of attention, but you still got to be productive when you get a chance, in particular, to make shots.
And I've seen them a couple times this season share the wealth offensively. I mean, 2 or 3 guys get double figures, another guy jump out there, gets 6 or 8. That's the way that they're going to be able to have to win in the playoff series, because truth is, Isaiah's a special player, but everybody knows in the fourth quarter we're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. We're going to try to do the best that we can do, maybe put a longer defender on him. They'll see, but teams will be able to scheme for him in the playoff series, and, all these other guys are going to have to step up.
Well, LeBron James, game-high 19 points so far. Second half action coming up with Mike, Hubie, and Lisa.
Lean back. Lean back.
He seems to care about this game.
This halftime is
presented by State Farm, part of the United States Marine Corps playoff push. Back here in Boston, 2 quarters complete. Cavaliers with a terrific second quarter. They lead 57-42. Time for tonight's first half stats. It's brought to you by Indeed.com. And Hubie Brown, you look at some of the numbers, some dominant numbers for Cleveland.
Well, you can see the rebounding and also points in the paint. They've taken over the game. And then one-on-one, off the dribble, easy baskets.
Well, Cleveland again, a terrific second quarter as we welcome you back to the TD Garden along with Hubie Brown, Mike Breen on hand. We'll check in with Lisa Salters in a moment. Talked at the top of the telecast. For the Cavs to win another title, they've got to play better defense. Well, they played better defense in that first half.
Yes, they did. They were outstanding. Their rotations were great. 5 blocks in a half. Why? The opposite man coming to cover once a man was beaten off the dribble or on a cut. Beautiful defense. Now, let's see if they'll do it for the next 24 minutes.
For our fresh take, brought to you by Subway. The Cavaliers in that second quarter pulling away after the Celtics had taken a lead.
Mike, everything was off the dribble. LeBron James was spectacular, 7 for 9 in the quarter. But he made it look easy. No rotations to help out. Now, Irving, the same way from the wings, did a very nice job. Once he got down inside and he realized he could shoot up over the top. Now, Love, once again, makes things happen on the boards. He's got 11 rebounds, and you like to see him involved in the offense. But off the dribble, all 3 guys, remember we told you, they usually score 70 points during the course of the season. Well, at halftime, they have 37. Not a bad end.
In the first 2 meetings, Cleveland won. Both the 2 in Cleveland. Boston then won here in Boston. So the home team 3-0 in the series as we send it over to Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, I just talked to Brad Stevens and asked him what gave them problems really in the second quarter. And he said, where do I start? He said, offensively, I thought that we got good looks. He said, we just got to make them keep moving the ball inside out. But defensively is where he was really bothered. He said, we've just given up easy layups to start both of those first 2 quarters. We've got to provide much more resistance. And he said their small lineup is really hurting us. Just so much shooting, and there's only so much help we can offer on LeBron.
No question about it, Lisa. Not only did the Cavs score a lot of points in the paint, but they had some, again, wide open shots and layups.
Well, I think that if you're coaching, the Celtics, what you're really upset about is how easily the dribblers were getting inside of our defense, because your defense on the perimeter is pretty strong with Crowder and Bradley out there.
Crowder just picked up his third foul, UB, as James looking to post up Crowder. Crowder, a very talented defender, but has his hands full tonight. James falling away, drills it.
He's feeling it. Look, he was very quiet in the first quarter. He was 2 for 4. Came out in the second quarter, 7 for 9. And I like what they did. They went right at him and go right at Crowder and pick up the fourth.
21 points in 22 minutes for James. He's been looking for his shot quite a bit. Thomas drives inside, gets it in, and
nice
bank shot from Amir Johnson. Good look from Thomas.
What I like, that was right down inside. You're looking for the cutters, and then if you don't have that, get the ball to Thomas. He's in a one-on-one mismatch. Let him get into the paint. Something good will happen.
Crowder again. Single coverage on LeBron James.
Yeah, he wants the ball though.
James pulls back, falls away. Not that time. And Horford, good boxing out to get rid of Love.
Now you got to push now. You've got to make Cleveland play you in the transition game. See, just like that. You say, well, that's silly. Try to get into the penalty early, like within 7 minutes or 6 minutes to go in the quarter.
Channing Frye, impeding the progress of Isaiah Thomas, commits his third foul. Celtics again here at home. For the season, they're 28-10. But they have been terrific in recent months. 22-4 the last 26 home games. Building has been roaring night after night here, but been quiet tonight with the Cavs' dominance in that second period as Crowder knocks down a three.
Now that's what they've been looking for. He's having an excellent year in the three ball, shooting under 40%. That's his second make. Maybe that will get him going.
Johnson up on Frye. Bradley fights to a screen. Irving pulls back, fires short. Rebound Crowder.
That was some stop, by the way. The old story, he stopped on a dime. He did.
Thomas inside, kicks it out, corner three for Bradley. Misses. And the rebound goes to Frye. Johnson whacked him on the head.
See, when the little guy, Isaiah Thomas, gets down inside there like that, when he kicks out to you, you're so wide open. You have to make the shots early in this quarter to put the pressure on Cleveland.
See the numbers for Thomas. Another good, efficient shooting game. He's one of a few. Just Thomas and Horford who've done that tonight so far. Shot clock at 8. And Isaiah Thomas called for a foul. Him and J.R. Smith going back and forth.
I like what LeBron James just did there. He made a pick and roll. They didn't switch. Then all of a sudden he knows that if he goes back, if they switch, he's got Isaiah Thomas on him. That's what he was looking for.
James drives, kicks it out, Channing Frye, chased off by Bradley.
That was beautiful.
Irving goes back door and lays it in with a left hand.
Well, this is what's been hurting them the entire game if he just turned on the TV. And that is the action away, the cutters away, and then the dribbler with the basketball in one-on-one.
Crowder tries again from downtown. That misses. Rebound Irving. Quickly ahead to James.
Oh, look out here.
Horford trying to stop him. And Horford does a good job not letting him get off a quality attempt.
Right now, LeBron James is getting to the line 7+ times a game. But this year, for whatever reason, he's only shooting 67%. So anytime you catch him in the open floor and you're a defender, you're rotating, you've got to lock him up. And that's what I like there. You're not going to let him take you to the rim because of his upper body strength.
So hard to lock him up, and he still gets a decent shot off as he knocks that down. You know, you'd be so many numbers. His numbers are just staggering what he puts up year after year. Right. But this year, for him to be averaging a career high in assists at almost 9 a game, a career high in rebounds at 8.5, no player has ever had their career high in those statistics in their 14th season in the NBA.
Well, Mike, every single statistic that is important, he is higher than he was a year ago. And yet he doesn't get that, you know, from the overall public looking at his game. Well, mainly because they've been so up and down, let's face it.
Thomas back up top. Plays catch with Horford. James on Thomas. Thomas to Crowder. Pass deflected by J.R. Smith. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And there'll be 1.9 to shoot. Celtics have to go the length of the floor.
We need that miracle play again. All right.
Thomas catches, half court. Just gets it off in time, but it's not hit the rim, so a 24-second violation. And that's turnover number 7. How about Cleveland? Here's a stat we haven't spoken of yet. They only have 2 turnovers the whole game.
Mike, when you're attacking off the dribble, very few turnovers happen, especially when you're scoring. Right.
And that, early on they weren't, but they have turned it around after a rough start.
You're right.
J.R. Smith behind the arc.
Oh, man.
Way off. Johnson tries to save it and does. Celtics looking for that spark, maybe a hustle play like that. Bradley, the 2-pointer, short.
Well, your second score in Bradley, second and third scores, they got to pick up and try to match what Isaiah Thomas is doing.
How did Love see Irving? Misses it. Fry on the follow. Channing Frye getting the start again. No Tristan Thompson tonight. He's got 7 points and 8 rebounds.
So you're coaching, you're upset because you just had 3 shirts standing there, and he went right in between them to get that rebound.
Well, the largest lead of the game, short-lived, as Amir Johnson throws it down, but Cleveland still with a 16-point advantage. Kevin Love drives, shot's good.
I see that right there. There was confusion on whether we're trapping or whether I'm going through to play my man. Once that mismatch happened, Thomas did not step out, and then on the roll.
A lot better habits, and I know it's becoming crunch time here, especially in the regular season, but I think if we continue to develop great habits and break down film and take what little practice time that we have to continue to get better, we're going to be a lot better off because we know what we're capable of being, and I think we've seen it, like I mentioned, in spurts out there on the floor, but we just have to continue to put together 12 minutes, 24, 36, 48 minutes of great basketball every single night.
Well, you can't blame people for being a little concerned with the way they played at times, Juvie, because they went a stretch from January 10th until this 3-game winning streak, as Thomas puts it in. They were 19-19 over a 38-game stretch. That's almost half the season of playing mediocre basketball.
Look, look at it this way. They're 19-19 on the road. They're 1-9 in games back-to-back. Now, they're terrible numbers. Why? That's 5 wins away from what you had last year at the same time. That's why people are upset and, attack them. They, in return, say we have had new people, a lot of new people, chemistry, plus myself, meaning Love, and JR have missed so many games that the combinations, and then you're trying to get guys time. Now, all of that is great except for one thing. We're down to 4 or 5 games left. So you got to crank it up and get it going here now.
You saw those 10 losses in March. A LeBron James team, as Hartford gets it inside to Johnson. Johnson with a left hand, pretty shot.
There you go.
A LeBron James team hadn't lost 10 games in a month since November of his rookie season in the NBA.
Is that a long time? Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, Celtics trying to claw their way back in.
Well, like we say, though, this is the thing with Cleveland. They allow you. They play in peaks and valleys against a good team, so they give you a chance to come back.
Oh, Frye hits the 3-pointer, his second 3 of the game.
He's such a professional, this guy. What an addition by getting him in last year, because he adds so much. He stretches the defense on every play.
Thomas to Crowder. Crowder felt he was fouled.
Yeah, but he's got to score that one. That was a beautiful pass.
Irving to James, right back to Irving. Inside, J.R. Smith. Kevin Love has it poked away. Smith left open and easily hits that one.
See, they're rolling now because they have not been intimidated or guarded closely on any release in about 6 or 7 minutes here.
A 19-point lead has quieted the crowd here at the TD Garden. Another turnover. James to Smith. Smith for 3. That's good. J.R. Smith from downtown. It's a 22-point lead.
Well, we know he's instant heat once he gets going. He's a streak shooter, and he's one of the best. So many times, let's face it, he's made 6, 7, 8 threes in a game, and he does it in bunches.
Thomas back out. All 5 starters have scored in double figures for the Cavaliers. 8 on the shot clock. Crowder fouled, shot short. But he'll shoot free throws as Kevin Love will pick up his 3rd foul.
This is a night, if you're a Boston Celtic fan, it's difficult for you to win this game because at halftime, if you take away Isaiah Thomas' production, the rest of the team was shooting 9 for 30%. So now you come out in this quarter, and not only are you shooting a bad percentage, but now you're turning the ball over, and you're allowing easy offensive opportunities at the Cleveland end.
Grotto will get another. 5:13 remaining. Well, LeBron James was asked about this game after last night's win against Orlando. Take nothing from them. They've been playing some great ball, talking about Boston, but I'm not one to get caught up in the regular season. I'm sorry, I've been to 6 straight finals. I'm the last person to ask about a regular season game. Well, I think he's taken a different approach.
Yeah, I would think so, that in the second quarter he decided that, you know what, we're losing by 1 on the road again. So I think I'm taking over his game, and he only scored 15 in that second quarter.
And he's also shown how much he does care about the regular season with some of his comments, how mad he was at his team and himself and the way they've been playing for a stretch. Of course, he had that verbal altercation with Tristan Thompson on Sunday night during the Indiana game, and then later apologized as we've got a defensive 3 seconds, 1 shot technical.
That's the kind of night it's been. You know, sometimes when you're coaching in these games and you have a big game, things just don't go right, and that's what's happening here to Boston. And unfortunately, it's at home. When these happen to you and you're coaching in the league, you would prefer it to be on the road. Okay.
Well, this is certainly one of the biggest Celtics regular season games in a number of years, with a chance to get the top spot in the East and home court advantage throughout the conference playoffs. The 2 teams came in all tied up, and the Cavaliers, so experienced in huge games, have been just masterful since that first quarter. Irving to James. Shot clock winding down. Shumpert's going to have to put it up. Just gets it off in time, and Kevin Love grabs the offensive rebound. Back to James.
I love Love's game, mainly because not only is he the 9th leading rebounder in this league, but he's a great passer. And that one was from the mezzanine.
James drills it. The lead is now ballooned to 25. James has 26 points. He's 11 of 16 from the field.
No hesitation on that one, Mike.
This is stunning. Again, Celtics hadn't played since Sunday afternoon. Cleveland played last night. Yet the Cavs are the team with the extra bounce. Here's Shumpert.
3-on-1.
Shumpert inside to Smith. Lost it momentarily. That shot will not count. A timeout ball by Tyronn Lue. He ran out in the corner to call it. 79-54. Who would have thought this was going to happen?
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps.
We could just kind of go through the motions for the rest of the game, which that's not us, right? Let's compete to win the next possession. Compete to win the next possession. By the end of this quarter, see if you can get it manageable. By the 9-minute mark of the 4th, get it a little bit more manageable. And by the 5-minute mark, we'll have a basketball game. But let's go right now. And it's only going to happen by winning the next possession.
That's great, because that's what you have to do. The coach can never give up. The coach can never say that the game is over. And you do it in little segments. You usually do it like every 5 or 6 minutes. You're trying. I would always use a total that you want to cut it to, because then you give them a goal to shoot for. But it has to happen defensively, and we haven't seen that yet.
Here's what I want to know. When you did that, did you do it that calmly?
No. I'm afraid it might have been at a little higher. No, but I'm serious, Mike. That's how you do it. And then once you get it, and it happens a couple of times, then they get confidence that they can do it. And I would assume that's how he has talked in many a huddle, because he has had the results.
He has done such a good job here at Boston. Just a tremendous job. Smart misses. Each year the team has gotten better. 50 wins this season right now, but they're head-handed to him here tonight. Love misses. Deflected out. Last touch by Irving.
Yeah, there's no reason to force up the long jumpers, but I want to say this about Kevin Love. Right now he has 13 rebounds. We know that he averages 10. And we like to bring out that point that there are only 12 guys averaging 10 or more. And by the way, that guy in Oklahoma City, Westbrook, the guard, is one of them. And he's the only guard. That's the segment of the triple-double, which to me is mind-boggling, that he's been able to average over 10 rebounds a game.
Astounding. A
Yes,
6'3" guard doing that.
Night in and night out.
Meanwhile, the guy that's going to the free throw line, arguing with Tyler Ford, he's going to shoot 2. He is most likely going to have the highest scoring average in the history of the NBA by a player under 6 feet. And you look at some of the names and the records he's broken in Boston history, it's tremendous. Calvin Murphy back in 90-91 averaged 26.5. And Thomas over 29. Only Larry Bird has averaged more points per game than what Thomas is doing right now.
Well, if he just continues the way he's playing, Calvin Murphy is a good guy to look up with in regards to career, because he did it for a long time, and then he's in the Hall of Fame. But this young guy has shown that he belongs with the best in this league.
Shumpert misses. Here comes Thomas pushing the other way. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Olynyk misses. Crowder on the follow is good. By the way, that Calvin Murphy, the year was wrong. Murphy averaged that number. And Irving comes the other way. With 2.5 to go here, third quarter. Irving, top of the key jumper's good.
Look, they have guys that can shoot the 3 ball, and by that, not only is Irving a great 3-point shooter, right at the 40% mark, but then naturally you have Korver, and then you'll have Foy off the bench. So you have a ton of guys here that can shoot the 3. It can't be that easy.
Thomas fouled, shot's no good. James not pleased with the call, picks up his third. So more free throws for Thomas is what he's been doing all season. There we mentioned only Larry Bird more in a single season than all the Celtic greats over the years.
I have a little trivia one here for all of the Boston Celtic fans. Only one time in the history of the great Celtics tradition did 3 guys average 20 points. It's a great one because everyone gets 2 guys. They get Havlicek and they'll get Sam Jones. But they do not get the 3rd guy. He was traded here. He was one of the highest scorers in the league, playing at Detroit. Bailey Howard. That's a good one. That's a good one. Or whenever you want to test the guy, does he really know Celtic tradition?
Well, you think of all the different names you can throw out there, and then you just saw that latest one, Kevin McHale. He's broken a record by John Havlicek.
Sure.
And we asked Thomas about it before the game. There's the great Tommy Heinsohn, who does the games here in Boston with Mike Gorman.
One of the great scorers and rebounders in Celtic history.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. Irving finds Shumpert. Shumpert misstep there. Shot clock winding down. Irving steps back, fires a 3, and drills it. Kyrie Irving from downtown. And the Cleveland Cavaliers with a good old-fashioned blowout here tonight. Brown will try. That misses. Fight for the rebound. Kevin Love with his 14th of the game.
Now, when you talk about Irving, he's 47%, but he's right at 40 in threes.
Kyle Korver connects, and it's a 29-point game.
Irving has a chance here with an explosion that he can do the over 50, over 40, and over 90, which we all know is so difficult to do.
He's had just a fantastic season, career high in all the shooting categories.
That's right.
Including points per game. Started slowly tonight, but has picked it up. He's got 18 points. Finds Kevin Love. Final minute, third quarter.
I think Korver wanted the mismatch there when he had Isaiah Thomas on his back.
Kelly Olynyk connects on the 3.
Well, we know that he can do that. He's a good 3-point shooter for them, and he has been all along. He can make them out at the middle of the floor, and when he trails on the fast break situation, that's when he is the most dangerous.
Irving on the drive, and he's fouled. By the way, I want to correct something we had earlier about player under 6 feet. It wasn't Calvin Murphy. It was Michael Adams.
Michael Adams from Denver. He's a great scorer for the Doug Moe. And
Calvin Murphy certainly was a great scorer under 6'2", but Adams has the highest. Richard Jefferson will come back in. And you see the disappointment on Isaiah Thomas's face.
Well, that's why we tried to explain earlier on. In the 3 previous games that were all decided, the 2 wins by Cleveland at home by 6 and 6, and here the win by Boston. He had 30, 31, and 31. So naturally he's all upset because he had 19, but he's not getting any shot attempts. They're doing a good job though, taking away his alley.
Smart. Blocking foul call on Kyrie Irving. That's 4 on Irving. Smart will head to the line with 28.7 remaining in the third. After the first quarter, the Celtics were up 20-19. Good, close, hard-fought defensive battle. And then LeBron James took over in the second quarter, scored 14 points in the period. The Cavs scored 38. And they have coasted pretty much since. Free throw misses. NBA national TV schedule coming up. Celtics big game in Atlanta. Portland trying to get that final spot. That's Thursday on TNT, Friday on NBA TV. Atlanta then plays Cleveland. And then Saturday on ABC, Clippers and the Spurs in San Antonio. The WNBA draft on April 13th. Where the Clippers, can they somehow find a way? There's a lot of talent there. They have been up and down. Injuries always a part of it. But can they be a factor in the playoffs?
Well, we all know, but main thing is, can they catch Utah? It's close. The main thing right now is they all have to play, and especially on the road. They need it because they are healthy now. Let's see if they can make that spurt.
James. Rebound Brown. Final seconds. Cavs do not have a foul to give here. Bradley puts up a 3. Shot won't go. And that's the way the night has gone for the Boston Celtics. The Cleveland Cavaliers, all 5 starters in double figures, dominant. They've led by as many as 29. We head to the fourth quarter, 90-66, the road team. This Wednesday night doubleheader so far, a huge letdown. The 2 best teams in the East battling for the top spot. And home court advantage throughout the Eastern playoffs has been all Cleveland.
They've just dominated all of the key areas. Points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points, all easy plays.
Nice pass, Jerebko to Olynyk.
He's the only player off the bench who's been able to score more than 1 field goal.
Second game of the doubleheader is from LA. Clippers hosting the Mavericks.
Well, the Clippers 1 game behind on the loss side, behind Utah.
Yep.
So it's there for them.
James to Richard Jefferson. Jefferson connects. You know, you talk about Channing Frye, a veteran pickup who's been so valuable for the Cavs. Richard Jefferson has been marvelous for him. Probably playing more minutes than they and he expected when they first got him.
Just think of last year when they put the squeeze in the finals, when they went to that small unit at the end of 4 quarters, he would always be on the floor because he's not only a heads-up defensive player, he is a guy that can hit the 3 for you and also score off the dribble.
36 years old, 16th year in the league, still playing at a terrific level. They changed the call, initially called it Cavs ball. It did look like James touched it last. Eight to shoot. Smart fires and hits. As we said, we've been struggling. Perimeter shooting, especially from downtown, certainly is not his strength. Hit a few the other day. They just would love to see him kind of gain a little confidence. He's such a valuable player in so many ways.
Well, he's a defender, he's a rebounder, and he's a passer. He's like the second leading assist guy on the team.
James draws the foul on Olynyk. Only mentioned that second game of our doubleheader. One of your favorite players will be involved.
Absolutely.
Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks playing the Clippers.
Just think now, he's 6th in the history of scoring in this league. When you think of a FIBA player He's 6th. Now LeBron James is now 7th, and he'll be chasing Nowitzki.
There are the numbers.
That's right. The big thing there is Kareem, 4 years of college. Karl Malone, 3. Kobe Bryant, 0. Michael Jordan, 3. Wilt, 3 in college and 1 with the Globetrotters. So you can see the added thing of Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, not going to college. Shaq, you can move up there because, I'm sorry, not Shaq. Shaq played 3 years at LSU. But the people that are coming right out of high school at that time, that was a major advantage.
Well, if there's one person that could catch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it's that man there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the main thing is a serious injury. That's the one thing, but he's never really had that to miss a ton of time.
He would have to average about 25 a game for 5 full seasons, which is certainly possible for him. Obviously, it all depends on how long he wants to play. He's 32, so he's still young. Fires away, misses.
Stay with that again, because this year will be his 14th straight year of averaging over 25, and he's ahead of Karl Malone and Jerry West.
Right.
Think about that. He's already ahead of everyone. Now, can he continue it? That's the thing.
Well, he keeps himself in just phenomenal shape. Again, for a guy in his 14th year to be playing second most minutes per game in the league. Darren Williams gets inside, can't finish. Jerebko the rebound. Still over 9 minutes remaining. Celtics trying to just claw their way back in as Jerebko is fouled. He's with us, get a little sloppy from the Cavs standpoint. You kind of lose your edge.
Yeah, the main thing there was, you know, when you see a player do that, you'd rather that he is facing the backboard, so when he makes the catch, he can just catch it and lay it off the glass. Unfortunately, when you make the catch and you're even with the board or behind the board, your back is to the baseline. Well, there's nothing you could do but take a almost impossible shot to make.
Love re-enters. Jefferson take a seat. Well, Toronto's got to feel pretty good the way his team defended tonight in such an important game.
Mike, the way to look at it is 3 quarters for the Celtics, 20, 22, and 24, 66 points. This is a team that averages 107 a game.
Offensive foul call. Foul goes against Darren Williams. Of course, Toronto back here. He was an assistant with the Boston Celtics. Not a bad start to his head coaching career, winning a championship last year, but seeing what a challenge it can be this year with the ups and downs. Yet they're still the favorites to come out of the East. 95-74. This crowd has been quiet the entire second half. They were down by 15 at halftime. James shot misses that time. Jerebko the rebound. Smart to Brown. Brown was out of bounds when he caught it, and that will negate that shot. We'll take a timeout. 8.5 remaining in the fourth. Lose Cavs up 21. Michelle, as you look in the playoffs, OKC still with a chance to catch the Clippers. Meanwhile, Portland and Denver, as you look at the battle for the playoffs, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Portland has the tiebreaker in head-to-head against Denver. So it's going to be difficult for the Nuggets, but still not out of the question. I know how you're feeling, kiddo. It's been one of those nights. Disappointed. Thought it was going to be a battle.
He's having a nice sleep because Dad hasn't had an opportunity to get up and cheer here.
James pulls back. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists for James. Love spins on Brown. Shot blocked. Been a tough game, obviously, for the Celtics and Brown, but Brown's an impressive young player, Yubi.
Oh, he's got a lot of talent, no doubt about it. Rookie, very bright, catches on quick. They like how he is blended, and especially how well he played when Bradley was out.
And especially since the All-Star break. Really starting to come on, just so active. Bradley gets hit by Korver. They try to run over the screen, and Bradley will go to the line.
See, I would like to have seen a lot more of that type of movement with that screen away to get people in. Once we got into the second quarter and things were going poorly for them, meaning Boston. Now for the game, they're 6 for 27 in the 3-ball. They're only shooting 22%. But the big stat to me is Cleveland only has 5 turnovers. Now when you think about that, and that means that your defense has not challenged. You haven't forced any turnovers. You only have 1 shot block. So in traffic, nothing was going for you, even in traffic.
Cavaliers on the season average 13.5 turnovers a game. 20-point game. Isaiah Thomas back in. Missed the fourth quarter, but he'd have to do some kind of miraculous work here. Bradley fronting LeBron James. James an easy catch on a nice feed from Irving.
Yeah, it had to be a nice pass. Mainly because Bradley had a pretty good position on LeBron. So LeBron pinned him there, and then the pass was perfect.
Thomas gets inside, finds Olynyk, and Olynyk with a nice reverse.
He's the only man wearing a green shirt tonight who can get into the paint time and time again.
5 of 7 from the field, Olynyk. Thomas's 6th assist. Thomas on Irving. James, great pass. Irving misses the layup. Olynyk the rebound.
When have you ever seen him put too strong of an English on the ball?
And Love fouls Isaiah Thomas. I think they're going to say it's on the floor. They're not in the penalty yet with 7:01 remaining, so Celtics will take it out of bounds. That's 4 fouls now on Kevin Love.
At the other end, when Irving made that beautiful play, the old story, give and go. Give and go confused the defense. Defense, when you turn your face and you don't see the ball, naturally I'm leaving and backdooring them.
Olynyk had a great look. That's the kind of night it's been for the Boston Celtics. 6 of 28 from three-point range. James inside, finishes, and the foul. James with 32.
I have to credit their movement tonight in the paint has been just fantastic. Off the dribble, making it look very, very easy. The players for the Celtics playing the guys in the corner are afraid to leave their man because you do not want to give them the three-point shot where they shoot a high percentage. Now tonight, we know that Cleveland has not had a great shooting night in the threes. They're 10 for 34, but during the year they only averaged 13 for 33 at that period. So they're around it. Not one of their better nights.
James, meanwhile, having another strong game against the Celtics. He's put up terrific numbers, had 1 triple-double against them this season. And as we said earlier, he has had some of his most memorable games, playoffs, against the Boston Celtics, some right here in this building. Foul's going to go against Kyle Korver. Take it out of bounds. 14th foul. Cavs like to have Korver back in. And there you see only Michael Jordan averaged more points per game against the Celtics. That's a nice list, huh?
I would think so.
Gracious.
For all of you who are looking and saying Bob Pettit is out of LSU, played in the 50, got out in 55, was first team All-NBA 10 straight years. Left professional basketball, got into banking business down in Baton Rouge area.
He did rather well.
One of the greatest scorers and rebounders in the history of the game, Bob Pettit.
Irving stripped by Thomas, picked up by Horford. Thomas, three-pointer, well contested there from Kyrie Irving. Marcus Smart can't hit. Now Horford had it taken away. Here comes James, throws it ahead to J.R. Smith and lays it up and in.
That was nice. When the opportunity has presented itself, Cleveland definitely getting about. Their outlet passes have been very, very good. They've had a good night scoring double figures on the break.
This place is so quiet right now. Nearly tipped in as James and Love went for it. LeBron James getting the rebound. That's 10 rebounds, 33 points, throw in 6 assists. His last 2 games he's had a triple-double. He's probably not going to be on the court much longer. I'm surprised Tyronn Lue hasn't started putting the guys in already. Second game of a back-to-back. Thomas misses. Crowder the rebound, back up and in.
Yeah, he didn't play the glass. He thought he got fouled. He's down. He's calling to the referee. He thought he got hit on the shot. But he got himself into an area where he couldn't play the glass.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm, here to help life go right. And in part by Better Call Saul, only on AMC. Go to AMC.com for local listings. Rated TV 14 LV. And Taco
Masters, Dustin Johnson having a fall and apparently injuring his back. Will he be able to play?
Wow.
Meanwhile, all the horrible weather in that Atlanta area.
Yes, it did. I just want to say something here about the Boston Celtics. If you're a Celtic fan, you wonder what happened. You can look at the first group. You say outside of Thomas and Crowder, Horford. Yeah, they got double figures with Thomas at 23. But the bench. Kelly Olynyk has 12 points. The other 5 guys who have played in this game are 2 for 18. So they got no help from the bench, and it didn't matter which way Stevens was trying to, get somebody in there.
Meanwhile, 105-79, 5 minutes to go. Second game of the back-to-back, third game of 4 nights. Are you surprised LeBron James still in the game? Some of the starters?
Well, you know what? This, for everyone who's saying to Tyronn Lue, this isn't a big game and all this kind of business. This is a big game. That's why he's still out there. They do not want any kind of a rush here. But I agree with you. A lot of people look at the score, but if you're a coach in this business, you don't want it to fall apart and look bad, because you've just had a great defensive game. A team that's averaging 107 a game only has 81 on the board at home.
And in those last 3 games, he played 52 minutes Sunday, 37 minutes last night, 38 minutes tonight. Meanwhile, Brad Stevens empties his bench, so he brings in the guys. Yet the Cavs starters are still out there.
Look, it's a great point, okay? Because if anything happened, you hate to see him get hurt, but he wanted to make Boston surrender first.
Yeah, but perhaps a little message, all the talk about the Celtics and possibly winning the East. Well, this victory will give them the 3-1 season series. So not only will they take a 1-game lead with 4 to play, but they'll have the tiebreaker. And you look down the stretch, what they have remaining. Cleveland plays at home against Atlanta, in Atlanta, at Miami, and home against Toronto. So 4 tough games against 4 teams still with things to play for. Isaiah Thomas is done for the night, 26 points. Meanwhile, for the Celtics, they play at Atlanta, at Charlotte, against Brooklyn at home. As Love hits that, and against Milwaukee. Kevin Love's played a terrific game tonight.
Yes, he has.
Didn't shoot particularly well, but 15 points, 16 rebounds, and some good defense.
He's done a good job on the pick and roll situations, rolling, setting himself up to set up other people on the one-on-one moves or the shooting from the corners, and the rebounding has been outstanding.
Green short, and now Tyronn Lue calls timeout. And my expectations are that he'll take the starters out. A dominant performance from the Cavs here in Boston.
Remarkable. He has carried this team. Steps back. He tries another 3. That's good. LeBron James from downtown. James sets and connects a 3-pointer. And LeBron James' season is over. Is his career in Cleveland over? James will try another 3. Knocks it down. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers. Oh, James!
Well, he's had some spectacular performances in this building. Of course, in 2008, they lost in that great duel with Paul Pierce. In 2010, losing as well as he was a member of the Cavs. Then as a member of the Heat, they won in 2012, losing in 2010 when he was with Cleveland. And perhaps more playoff, or at least a chance for playoff heroics. The Celtics and Cavs, certainly a real good chance they can meet in the postseason. What a series that would be. Hopefully a little better than tonight's one-sided affair.
Now, whenever you empty out your benches, you're hoping that your guys will play together, a little chemistry. What you want them to do is run whatever your game plan is offensively and then play together defensively. You do not want soloing one-on-one play.
So after tonight, 4 games remaining. And Cleveland has the little tougher schedule, but they'll have a 1-game lead and again own the tiebreaker. So basically a 2-game lead with 4 to play. Rozier able to knock it in. And, you know, we talk about getting that top spot. Well, LeBron James has finished his teams, whether with Cleveland or Miami, finished number 2 in the East 5 times. All 5 times they've made it to the finals. Obviously, this team can win on the road. They proved that over and over again, including last year's finals. Meanwhile, in the game for Cleveland, it'll be interesting to see if he can become part of the rotation. Larry Sanders, that's Sanders right there. It's only the 3rd game he's played. As he backs in, double team, feet inside, Liggins is fouled. Sanders is the 28-year-old who had not been in the NBA since December of 2014. Was an up-and-coming player with Milwaukee, but had some emotional problems that he's talked about very publicly and openly and very candidly. He checked himself into a hospital for anxiety and depression, said he had to step away from the NBA, and he did that. Getting a chance to come back. It's a terrific story. Went to the D League to get him going after the Cavs signed him. And what's impressive, Yubi, is how he, again, has been so open and public about his anxiety and depression problems. And received some help for him. He's doing well. They love how hard he's working. Well, great to see him get back in the NBA on a regular basis.
Everyone's pulling for him, Mike, and I'm glad you brought it up. It's a great story. Very happy for him, because he had terrific talent when he played the 6 years in Milwaukee. He could play center, power forward. He could score, rebound, block shots. And you're just hoping that, you know, he'll get a chance here. And I like the fact that Tyronn Lue and LeBron James and the players are all in his corner big time.
Ball knocked loose. Mickey throws it up and he's fouled by Sanders. Sanders had a great college career at VCU, played 3 years of college, and then was a first-round pick in Milwaukee back in 2010, the 15th selection. His 3rd year in the NBA, he was 2nd in the league in block shots. He had a triple-double with 10 blocks.
Right.
And had ways, you know, just had such a strong potential, but then you saw things starting to happen. 1 year he led the NBA in ejections. He had trouble controlling his temper. And then, as we said, realized he needed to step away. And it's been 2.5 years after he left Milwaukee. Signed on the 13th of March with Cleveland.
Well, with Cleveland, as we know, the center and power forward position is very slim. And once you get into the playoffs, just think about Golden State last year. You lose Bogut, right? All of a sudden, things change. Why? Because you can't match that rebounding shot blocking. Well, right now, they're thin, and you can see it tonight. They're very small here tonight, outside of Fry.
Although they've certainly dominated on the boards tonight.
Everything went their way. They took away the 3-ball from Boston, and then they did not allow Boston to turn them over and get out in the open floor.
Sanders couldn't get it to fall. In the previous 2 games, he's only played 4 minutes, so just getting his feet wet back in the NBA. As Mickey misses. Tyronn Lue was telling us a story before the game that after the first game he played, after the game back in the locker room, LeBron James gave a real heartfelt speech in front of the whole team, welcoming Sanders back in the NBA and saying, you know what, it's great for you, but it's also great for us, really making the young man feel welcome.
By the way, speaking of old-timers, he just came off the bench and he's instant heat, Jimmy Jones. Every time he comes in a game, he does it so easily, and the release is beautiful to watch.
Well, James Jones, that other guy who's played in 6 consecutive finals with LeBron James in Miami and Cleveland. Nicky with the block. As we wind down what was an absolute domination by the Cleveland Cavs here in Boston. Rozier steps back. And a loose ball foul. Well, another important game coming up on Saturday on NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC as the Clippers trying to get to that 4th spot in San Antonio against the Spurs. Coverage tips off at 8 with NBA Countdown on ABC. Isaiah Thomas looking forward to the playoffs. This Celtic team, again, they've shown improvement. Now can they take it into the postseason? Can they win a round? Can they get into that second round? Can they get to the conference finals?
To your point of second round has to be underlined, because when they won 40, they lost in the first round. When they won 48, they lost in the first round. Now they have 50 wins. You're hoping that they can make the big spurt now, because once you get to that second round, you must beat, one of the two best teams in the conference.
Derek Williams has it knocked away, and the Celtics will now dribble it out. As Green brings it across the timeline. What an impressive win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their fourth straight victory. And they take a one-game lead over the Celtics, plus now own the head-to-head tiebreaker. As LeBron James, 36 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. A very disappointing night for the Celtics and their fans here at the TD Garden. As James and the Cavs looking like they're getting back on track. A bit of a statement game here tonight in Boston, Hubie.
I like it. I like what we saw. They definitely rose to the occasion. And the guys that had to take over in that second quarter, down one at the end of one, James and Irving did a terrific job in that quarter.
And LeBron James right now with Lisa Salters.
Thank you, Mike. LeBron, so much was said about this matchup, the showdown of the East. It turned out not to be much of one. How'd you guys make it look kind of easy?
Just want to try to get better. We got 5 games left. We knew we was coming to a hostile building. They've been playing exceptional basketball. So we've been playing some good ball so far in April. We know it's only been a few games, but we kept it going tonight.
Now, the second quarter is where you guys really kind of separated yourselves, and for you, 15 points in the second quarter. What changed with the mindset in the second?
Just push the tempo. First of all, we got stops, and this is a good shooting team, but we held them under their averages. It allowed us to get out, and I got in transition, got some early buckets, got my guys into the paint as well, and it helped us a lot.
How were you able to overcome the absence of Tristan Thompson, which is something you hadn't had to do in forever?
I know. It's my first time not playing, not playing with them since I've been back. So, Channing came in, gave us 10 and 8. Big shout out to his tip dunk. We always getting on him about his hops, he called it. No, he doesn't. But that right there, he proved us wrong. But everybody just came in with contributions. Everybody from the guys who started to everybody who came off the bench as well in Tristan's absence.
Now back on the top in the East, 4 games left. I know you guys have said you don't care where you finish in the regular season, but like you said, 4 games in a row now, 4 games left. How do you feel about the way you're playing right now?
We want to continue what we did tonight and last night and the previous 2 games as well. So, we're not where we want to be, but, we're headed in the right direction. This was a good win for us. So, want to just continue that Friday against Atlanta at home.
All right, thanks. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Lisa.
Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. How did he know Channing Frye had 10 and 8? Is he checking the box score before he goes off the floor?
I have no idea.
Well, he's allowed after his performance tonight. Final score, 114-91. The Cavs dominating. Thanks to our producer, Phil Dean, director, Mike Schwabe, of course, for Hubie and Lisa and our entire ESPN crew. Mike Breen saying thanks for watching the first part of our NBA doubleheader. Dave Pasch, Mark Jackson coming up with the second one from LA. We'll go to the studio after this timeout.